You're so snappy. Why are you so snappy?
It's Cannes. You can't just come here in your pajamas. You have to like come correct. This place is serious, man.
So you are potentially the busiest man in Cannes. You have 3 films. You have Tale of Tales, the Matteo Garrone, that's in competition.
Right.
You have The Lobster, Yorgos Lanthimos, also in competition. And then you have Les Cowboys, which is Thomas Bidguin, who is Jacques Audiard's screenwriter normally, and this is his directing debut, right?
Right.
And is that in Critics Week or the Fortnight?
It's in the director's fortnight.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. So you've been to Cannes before.
Yeah, I think this might be my 6th or 7th time. Yeah.
Okay. Does it change for you? Is there anything that surprises you when you come back?
I get more comfortable every time I come back.
Yeah.
You know, because the first couple times, I was telling someone today, like the first couple times I came here, I think the first time was with Paul Thomas Anderson, his first film, Hard Eight. I think it was only the second time I'd ever been in France, so it was like, we're all jet lagged and just all this kind of like, at first, bizarre rituals of the festival with the standing ovations and the press lines and all that stuff. It was really overwhelming, and I don't know, it took me many trips to France to start to feel like I deserve to be there.
Right. Okay.
The French can be really, really tough in terms of like expectations and behavior and knowledge and
Outside
and
the
dress.
cinema? Do you mean outside the cinema world, or just
yeah,
in
everywhere,
general?
everywhere. And you know, people say like the cliches that the French are snobs, and that is often true.
Right.
But what's often the case I find is that they're right most of the time. You asked about me dressing up, like people appreciate it
It's
here.
fantastic.
There's like this elegant history to Cannes, and I don't know. I think the world's a more beautiful place when people take a little care with their appearance.
Okay. That's wonderful. Let's talk about the movies, though.
I just started getting these calls, like from Matteo Garrone, like, do you want to come do a movie about fairy tales where you play king in Sicily and Florence? It's like, why would you not do that? Like, even if it ended up being a really cheesy movie or a B movie, like, it would still be the experience itself, just being in Sicily and Florence and all that would be worth it. As it turns out, the movie's a masterpiece, I think. I mean, it's one of the most exciting movies I've ever been involved in.
Can you talk a little bit about the story? Because I think it's
based on some fairy tales, some very famous Italian fairy tales from the 16th century. And the book is called The Tale of Tales, and it's kind of like for Italians, like Grimm's fairy tales or whatever, like in America, with these stories that everyone has read when they're younger. It's part of the curriculum or whatever. But I guess they'd never been portrayed in a movie, and Matteo strung a few of these stories together into this amazing kind of epic, fantastical, but very subversive in a weird way too. The themes are not like good triumphs over evil. You know, like it's not a simplistic fairy tale world. It's one where people are very desperate, and I don't know. I found a lot to relate to in the movie, and I thought it was really interesting that the things that Matteo focused on, these strange little choices or turns of phrase, or very I don't know, emotionally honest is how I would describe that movie. Even though when you're looking at it, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Like all these incredible costumes and castles and monsters and yeah. You know, I really loved Pan's Labyrinth for the same reason. It was like a fantastical element that was like somehow bigger than life, but seemed very rooted in what the human experience really is. So yeah, Tale of Tales was like, I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there at the Palais like, I can't believe I'm in this movie. Like Toby Jones was sitting next to me, and I was like, this is incredible. Like, because a lot of it I didn't see. I was just in the beginning. So anyway, yeah, and the same thing. Like Yorgos Lanthimos invites me to come to Ireland and make this. I mean, you can go on vacation in these places, like, and I often do, but to be somewhere working and to be able to work on such original material, like The Lobster is as original as Tale of Tales in its own way, but in a different kind of almost like Kubrickian, you know. That's the closest reference points I can find to the style of filmmaking in The Lobster. And then Thomas Bidegain's movie The Cowboys is the story of a girl, teenage French girl, who runs away from her family and gets married to a guy, and they end up in the Middle East, and the father and then later the son of that family spend their lives looking for her, and at one point they come across a bounty hunter in Pakistan, and that's me. I told my agent I'm not leaving Cannes until I have another European job lined up. So for the sake of my family, please get me another job while we're in Cannes.